Okay, we will start, guys. Um, a very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in our group. They give us the strength and direction and help all through our life. So, a big thanks to all the mothers. We'll start with our invocation slokas. Please, I would like all of you to sing with me. Om Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalam Spatikakritim Adaram Sarva Vidyanam Om Hayagrivaya Upasmahe Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Buddhir Balam Yashodairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogatam Ajatyam Vakpatutvam Cha Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet Buddhir Balam Yashodairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogatam Ajatyam Vakpatutvam Cha Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet Buddhir Balam Yashodairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogatam Ajatyam Vakpatutvam Cha Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet. Okay, we had a homework for you all end of week 5. I'd asked you all to send me 4 lines on Hanuman along the tune. Anjani Putra Shri Hanuman, Anjaneya Shri Hanuman, Vayuvin Mainda Shri Hanuman, Viradi Veera Shri Hanuman, Jaya Hanuman, Jaya 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 Shri Hanuman. So on the metal one, I had asked you all to send some lyrics. Now I think I got like 12 entries from all of you. We have these lyrics here. We'll quickly go through them. கடல் தாண்டி வருவார் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் சீதையை காப்பவர் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் பலம் தரும் நாதா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் குறைகளை தீர்க்கும் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் கடலை தாண்டிய ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் லங்கை அடைந்த ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் பலமே நீயே ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் புத்தியும் நீயே ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான். I want you all to sing along with me. கடலை தாண்டிய ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் சீதையை கண்ட ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் ராவணன் அளித்த ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் மலையை தூக்கிய ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் கிஷ்கிந்தை பிறந்த ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் லங்கைக்கு போன ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் சீதாவை மீட்ட ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் ராம பக்தா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் மாருதி ராமா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் பிரம்மச்சர்யா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் என்றும் சிரஞ்சீவி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் அனுமந்த சுவாமி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் அசோகவனம் சென்றாய் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் சீதையை கண்டாய் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் ராமநாம மோதினாய் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் மோதிரம் தந்தாய் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் லங்கையை அடைந்தாய் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் லங்கினி வென்றாய் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் ராமனின் மோதிரம் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் சீதையும் நம்பினாள் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் மகாவீரா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் மனோஜவாயா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் பஞ்சபக்ரா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் பாரிஜாதா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் சீதாவை பார்த்தாய் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் ராமனின் நண்பன் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், சுக்ரீவன் மந்திரி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், லக்ஷ்மணன் தோழன் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், ஸ்ரீராம பக்தன் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், வாயு புதல்வன் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், தர்மம் காக்கும் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், சக்தி தருபவன் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், பஜரங்க பலினி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், மகாவீர் விக்ரம் ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், பீம பாலா ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், வித்யவான் நீயே ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் ஜெய ஹனுமான், ஜெய 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 ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான், ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான் ஜெய ஹனுமான், ஜெய 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 ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான். Awesome input from all of you. நம்ம வந்து for next week we will compose a sequence based on Sundarakandam. We will compose a sequence of things Anjaneya did and we'll sing together. I'll take all of your inputs for that as well. I got I think 2 or 3 more entries this morning. I could not add them to the slide deck. I'll include them in our next week's slide deck. Okay, we will all sing Hanuman Jaya Panchakam together, and then we will start up with the story of Sundarakandam for this week. I want you all to repeat with me. Okay. Jayat yati balo ramo Lakshmanascha mahabala Raja jayati sugrivo Raghavena bipalita Dasoham kosalendrasya Ramasya klishtakarmana Hanuman shatru sainyanam Nihanta marutatmaja Naravana sahasram me Yuddhe pratibalam bhavet Shilabishtu praharata Padapaischa sahasrasha Artayitva purim lankam Abhivadya cha maitilim Samrudarto gamishyami Mishatam sarvarakshasam Tasya sannada shabdena Te abhavan bhayasankita Tadruscha hanumantam Sandhya megamivonatam. So these were the 5 verses that Anjaneya recited in Sargam 42. He had recited this after he met with Sita, after he got Sita's blessings. He was all pumped up. He wanted to further his mission by learning more about Lanka and Ravana, and also punishing Lanka and Ravana and his Rakshasas and Rakshasis for all the trouble they have caused to Sita Mata. So we discussed these verses last week. It proposes 5 steps towards winning, towards getting to your objective. So I want you to practice this and sing this as frequently as you can, maybe every day once. It would be very good. Okay, now we will continue on Sundarakandam. Then we will be learning a song on Muruga, and then I will have a detailed Ramayana quiz. I'm going to conduct a quiz today. So that will be the structure of this particular 1 hour class. So last week we left the story where Hanuman entered into the court of Ravana. Today we will backtrack a few minutes and give the preview for that. So Hanuman begins to attack Ashokavanam. He is killing all the Rakshasas and Rakshasis who are coming to attack him. He's killing them with ease. Ravana is losing lots of soldiers. Ravana sent his strongest son Akshay Kumara. Akshay Kumara was killed immediately once he was in the field. Same way, the minister sent his son Jambumali. Even Jambumali was killed by Hanuman. Now Ravana is extremely angry. He sends Indrajit. He tells Indrajit, this monkey is no ordinary monkey. So make sure you use your best weapon right away. Don't waste your time. So Indrajit, who is blessed with a lot of divine powers, goes to Ashokavanam. He says, if this monkey can kill Akshay Kumara, this monkey is no ordinary monkey. So I don't have to waste time. Let me use Brahmastra. So he uses Brahmastra, and Brahmastra is that one weapon that Anjaneya is bound to subdue to. So when Brahmastra is used, out of respect to Brahmastra, Anjaneya subdues himself. And Brahmastra becomes a rope. It ties up Anjaneya, whereby he cannot attack anyone further. But when Brahmastra has completed its task, the Rakshasas and Rakshasis in the field, all the soldiers in the field make one mistake. They add their own tie around Brahmastra, which is a mistake. So the way this astra works is, once you trust the astra and you use it, and the astra has done its job, you should not do a job over and above what the astra did. If you do that, the astra will lose power. So immediately after the soldiers added one more layer of tying on Hanuman, Brahmastra said, "Okay, Hanuman, now I've completed my job. I will not keep you arrested anymore." Abhina Brahmastra is the rope that Brahmastra put is physically there, but Hanuman is not bound by Brahmastra anymore. So idhula vandu the meaning that I personally took, and I would like you all to hear is, for those who are living in Virginia and those who have been to our temple, our Baba temple in Dulles, they have a board which has Baba's 10 rules. Baba gives us advice in the form of 10 sentences. The first advice is, when you put things on my plate, he says, put things on my plate and forget about it. When you have a problem, you want to solve it, you put it on my list of things to do, and then you forget about it. Don't try to take it back from me. I am better at solving the problem than you. So once you've added a problem in your life on my list, you have to forget about it. I will take care of it. Abdina. So essentially what Brahmastra has done here is the same thing. Once you have invoked a superior power, once you have asked for the help of someone who can solve a problem better than you, and they have stepped in, you have to step back. Okay, once they have stepped in and they have solved the problem, it is their problem to make sure it remains solved. It is not your problem anymore. So as Baba says, as Brahmastra has said, once you decide to put something on the list of a superior power, your most favorite god, let him have it. You should not take the burden back on you. Okay. Now, Anjaneya, who is bound, he is bound by Brahmastra, and Brahmastra has released itself, but he still wants to stay subdued, so he will be taken to Ravana's court. The Rakshasas have erred by adding one more tie, so Brahmastra has lost its power. Now, once Anjaneya gets into the court of Ravana, he easily unshackles himself from the grip of all the ropes around him. He figures that Ravana will not be giving him a chair to sit. As Rama's messenger, as Sugriva's messenger, I cannot stand in front of everyone. I need to sit and talk. Abdintu vande Anumar extends his tail and makes a throne for himself, and the throne is taller than the throne of Ravana. So he's sitting from a much higher pedestal, higher position than Ravana, looking down at Ravana and talking. This is infuriating Ravana even more. Ravana, upon seeing Hanuman, realizes that this is the first ever challenge he has faced in Lanka. He is having too many questions. For anyone, the opponent in front of you, if you know who the opponent is, if you know the opponent's strengths, if you know the opponent's weaknesses, you will be able to face him. But if you don't know who your opponent is, that uncertainty, that unknown aspect makes you very, very fearful. That's exactly the way Ravana is feeling right now. He's uncertain. Who sent him? If this monkey can kill Akshay Kumara, this monkey is no ordinary monkey. This monkey is someone else. This monkey has divine powers. This monkey is someone else. I don't have the answers. Abdina Ravana is even more perplexed. First thought in Ravana's mind was, could this monkey be Nandi in disguise? Or could it be Vishnu or Yama or Indra or Varuna? So Ravana has a long list of people whom he has caused trouble for. So he's thinking, from among all the troubles that I caused, who is here to cause me trouble? Ana first one the pair Nandi. And the Nandi we have an incident in Ravana's life many thousand years ago, when Ravana got the boons from Brahma, that he will have the divine powers and he will not be defeated or killed by a long list of people, Asuras and Devas and gods and Vishnu and everyone. He had a long list. And Brahma said, okay, anyone in that list will not be able to kill you. Ravana is on a rampage, attacking everyone, looting everyone. In that process, he attacks his own stepbrother Kubera, who is the god of wealth, and takes his Pushpaka Viman, and he is flying back to his home in Lanka. But when he's flying back, over one specific mountain in the Himalayas, he is not able to proceed further. That mountain is refusing way for him, and he is very astonished, and he is very angry that a mountain will not let him go past. So he immediately tries to lift that mountain. That mountain is Kailash. That mountain is the home of Shiva and Parvati. Nandi also lives in the same mountain doing sevai for Shiva and Parvati. Upon seeing that some guy is trying to move the mountain, Nandi gets very angry, and he comes and tells him, "Are you an idiot? This is the house of Shiva and Parvati. You're not allowed to even touch this mountain." Ravana immediately scorns him and talks ill about him and calls Nandi a monkey. "Hey, you monkey-faced man, you just mind your own work. I will do what I will do." Appa Nandi says, "I am not monkey-faced. I am a bull. By insulting me as a monkey, I give you a curse. One day a monkey will come to Lanka and will destroy your Lanka." அப்படின்னு அன்னைக்கு சொன்ன நந்தி உடைய சாபம் இப்ப உண்மையாயிருச்சா அப்படின்னு ராவணன் பயப்படுறான். So this sculpture that you see here is Ravana with the 10 heads. He's trying to lift up the mountain where you have Shiva and Parvati. So he's trying to lift up the whole Kailash mountain. That was the incident that led to Ravana getting the name Ravana. His name originally was Dasagriva. When he was trying to lift the mountain, Parvati was disturbed. She's upset, and she says, "Shiva, you have to do something." And Shiva just presses his toe on the mountain, and that puts immense pressure on Ravana. Ravana is stuck under the mountain for over 1,000 years. He sings the praise of Shiva. He requests Shiva to forgive him for 1,000 years, and after that, Shiva blesses him with divine powers. So this sculpture is there in many Shiva temples. This particular one was retrieved from the temple at Tiruvannamalai. Tiruvannamalai story we've heard before. The Agni Sthalam, where the Adi Mudikana Easan story we've discussed, I think 2 or 3 years ago. That happened in Tiruvannamalai. This sculpture is also in Tiruvannamalai. Next time you go there, look for this sculpture. This event is called as Ravana Griha, where Shiva showed compassion towards Ravana, because Ravana truly composed songs and praises on Shiva for over 1,000 years, and then Shiva gave him lots of divine powers, and that's when Ravana became a Shiva Bhaktan. So that was the incident that comes to his mind. But what stayed in Ravana's mind was that Nandi one day saying that a monkey will come and attack you at Lanka. And the monkey in the monkey, yeah. So has Nandi himself come as Hanuman? Appadinu Ravananku doubt varudhu. He's afraid. He asks his minister to do all the talking to this monkey. So immediately his minister says, "Hey Vanara, please tell us who you are and who sent you. If you do so, if you will tell us the truth, we will spare you from death." Ravana asks him, "Where did you come from? Who sent you? And why are you in monkey form?" Immediately Hanuman says, "I am monkey by birth, okay, and I have no need to come to you in disguise." அப்படின்னு சொல்றப்ப he's taking a dig on Ravana. Ravana disguised himself as a rishi and went and kidnapped Sita. அந்த ஈவெண்ட் ரிமைண்ட் பண்ணி ஹனுமான் இஸ் டெல்லிங் ராவணா, உன்ன மாதிரி நான் டிஸ்கைஸ்ல வர வேண்டிய அவசியம் எனக்கு இல்ல. ஐ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் டு கம் இன் டிஸ்கைஸ் டு see you. This is my real form. அப்படின்னு he is throwing a very 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 slight insult on Ravana. Ravana understands exactly what Hanuman is saying. He's of course getting angrier. Then Hanuman begins to introduce himself. "My leader Sugriva, my king Sugriva sent me here. He sent me here to look for Sita. I destroyed Ashokavanam so that I can see you in war. You sent towards me a great deal of your soldiers, but let me tell you, your army is very very weak. They have very weak astras. Those astras cannot harm me." He wants to further the fears and further the subtle insults on Ravana. Hanuman says, "Unlike you, Ravana, I was blessed with divine powers of Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma and Vayu when I was a baby. They came to me and they blessed me with all the divine powers. For you got your powers through long years of tapas and chopping your heads and doing a lot of great deals of sacrifices. உனக்கு கிடைச்சதை விட எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஈஸியா அவங்க எல்லாமே கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. உனக்கு கொடுத்ததை விட எனக்கு ஜாஸ்தியா கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஸோ ஐ எம் ஈக்குவலி ஆர் ப்ராப்ளி மோர் பவர்ஃபுல் தேன் யூ அப்படின்னு வந்து ராவணன் கோர்ட்ல இருந்துகிட்டு அனுமான் இஸ் டெல்லிங் Ravana. He still has not begun the full accusation on Ravana that he kidnapped Sita. So what Hanuman is doing here is, in front of his court, if a monkey can talk that level to Ravana, everyone in the court will start to get a fear that there is a bigger force that's going to come and attack Lanka. So he is just sowing the uncertainty and sowing the fear in not just Ravana, but everyone in Ravana's court. He says, I was sent by Surya Vamsa's Dasaratha's son, Rama. Rama's wife was kidnapped from the forests, and Rama sent me looking for Sita. Rama, in the process of becoming friends with us, Rama in the process of becoming friends with us Vanaras, befriended Sugriva. Sugriva is my king, and he promised to return Sugriva's throne back to him. He's mentioning all this so he can come to Vali. Do you know who Sugriva is? Sugriva is the brother of Vali. Of course, you know who Vali is from all your previous instances. Vali was the guy who you could not defeat. Do you know what happened to Vali? Rama killed Vali in a single bow. Rama killed Vali in a single strike. I, the son of Vayu, flew over the ocean in less than a day. I spent the whole night in your city looking for Sita. I was all over Lanka. I came into your palace. I saw you in your bedroom with none of your soldiers ever even seeing me. I found Sita in Ashokavanam. Ravana, you know what is correct. Can someone else's wife be in your city against their will? So please do the right thing. அப்படின்னு வந்து Hanuman is beginning to unravel and start to directly attack Ravana. இது வரைக்கும் அவர் கொடுத்தது வந்து only the introduction, only the precursors of the event, who he is, who sent him, all that. But now he's saying, I found Sita here, and clearly Sita is here against her will. Someone else's wife can't be at your place. He's not saying, Ravana, you abducted Sita. He wants to give Ravana the chance to say, oh, I didn't know Sita was here. If Sita is here because someone brought her here, please take her back. அப்படின்னு ராவணன் சொல்லிடுவான் அப்படின்னு அனுமன் வந்து யோசிக்கிறாரு. But Ravana is not the kind who will apologize or who will admit his mistake. So Ravana is still keeping quiet. Now Anjaneya says, okay, no more of shielding my messages. I'm going to be plain and direct. Ravana, you abducted Sita from the forest. Your misdeed will destroy your family, will destroy your whole city. It's time you admit your mistake. You or your army has no chance against the great Rama and Lakshmana. Rama and Lakshmana killed 14,000 of your Asuras when they were in the forests in less than 1 hour. How much time do you think it will take for them to destroy your army, your weak army here in Lanka? With all the divine powers that I have, I myself can take out all of your army, take out all your sons, and take out you as well. But I will not do that because I have not been instructed to do that. Rama has asked me to find Sita. I found Sita. Now I am going to go back to Rama and tell him Sita is here. Before Rama comes here and takes Sita, you return Sita back to Rama. You come and fall at Rama's feet and return Sita back to him. What you've done, உன் குலத்தையே அழிச்சிரும் அப்படிங்கிறார். உன்னுடைய சந்ததிகள் ஃபுல்லா அழிச்சிரும். உன்னுடைய இலங்கையே வந்து தீயால எரியும். Your whole Lanka will burn in fire for the mistake that you have done. So don't do that அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. He says, if one monkey can do so much damage, There are so many thousands like me in the army of Sugriva. Imagine what damage they will be able to do if they come here. Abdinu, he is beginning to throw real direct warnings at Ravana. And he also wants to remind Ravana of all of the boons he had. So when Ravana did the whole tapas for so many thousand years, and then Brahma came to him and asked him, "What do you want?" Ravana first asked, "I should not be killed by anyone." Brahma said, "No, Ravana. Anyone who is born will eventually have to die one day. You cannot ask me that wish. Ask me something else." அப்படின்ன உடனே Ravana comes up with a long list of all the people who could kill him. Okay, so he says, I should not be killed by Vishnu, I should not be killed by Shiva, I should not be killed by Brahma, I should not be killed by any of the Devis, any of the Asuras, Rakshasas, Indra, Vayu, Adi. Then he gives a big list. He forgets two people. He forgets two kinds of people. One was a human being, second was a Vanara. And who are the two who are here to fight Ravana? The human being, Rama and Lakshmana, and all the Vanaras. So he says, look, the army that Rama has formed now comprises of humans and Vanaras. You have excluded them from your list. Now, if Rama, Lakshmana, and Sugriva, all three are here in Lanka to attack you, your life can end right then. அப்படிங்கிறார். So இது எல்லாம் கேட்ட உடனே வந்து he further says, no one in the three worlds can live happily ever by causing pain to Rama. At Janasthanam, at Janasthanam, Rama killed 14,000 of your Rakshasas in 1 hour. As a single man, he killed everyone in 1 hour. And they were all your strengths. Rama has, in the process of coming towards Lanka, Rama has step by step taken out all your powers. Vali was your dearest friend. After your episode with Vali, where Vali completely insulted you, you befriended Vali. Vali was your biggest strength, biggest friend. And Vali is also killed by Rama. Anytime a king has lost his alliance, a king has lost his friend, the king is weak. Because not just your army, you will also need the army of your supporting kingdoms to face a stiff threat. Now Ravana knows he is alone in this battle. The Sita you abducted, thinking she will become your wife, she will actually become Kali. Do you know of Durga in the most angry form? My Sita Mata can become the Kali herself, and she can destroy the whole of Lanka all by herself. She is keeping calm because she wants her husband to step in and rescue her. That's why she is not acting by herself. Sita உடைய powers ஒன்னுலயே உன்னை வந்து ஈஸியா அழிச்சிட முடியும். ஆனா சீதா மாதா வந்து கருணையுடன் உன்னை ஒன்னும் பண்ணாம இருக்காங்க. You've done a lot of good deeds. You did so much tapas. You earned so much goodwill over your first initial years. But once you were given all the boons, you've used your boons only for bad deeds, only for wrong deeds. உன்னுடைய பாவ கணக்கு புண்ணிய கணக்கு வந்து இப்ப ஈக்குவலைஸ் ஆயிருச்சு. இப்பல இருந்து நீ பண்ற பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் ஒன்ன தாக்க ஆரம்பிக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறார். So what he's saying is, Ravana has done a lot of good deeds and some small bad deeds. So when he was doing all the bad deeds, more and more bad deeds, attacking people, taking others' wives, looting kingdoms, making everything his, அதெல்லாம் பண்ண அவனுடைய புண்ணிய கணக்கு இன்னும் ஜாஸ்தியா இருந்துச்சாம். அதனால வந்து those did not affect him. But now by abducting Sita and keeping her here, your accounts on the tally of bad deeds is greatly outweighing all your good deeds, so your days are numbered. He says, Sita's anger and Rama's arrows will destroy your city and your Vamsam. Don't do that mistake. Now Ravana has heard enough. He immediately says, kill this insolent monkey. How dare he speak to me like that? So Hanuman சொன்ன மெசேஜ் எதுவுமே ராவணனுக்குள்ள போல. He is just angry that someone is even instructing him. அப்போ Vibhishana reminds Ravana that a messenger can never be killed. Vibhishana says, look, everything that Hanuman is saying is what's been asked to say. So don't take out the messenger. That's against our rules, against dharmam. Messenger is here to give a message. If he is being rude in giving the message, you can punish him. but you can't kill him. அப்படின்ன உடனே வந்து Ravana says, every monkey's biggest pride is their tail. Burn his tail with barrels of oil அப்படின்றான். Immediately all the soldiers come and grab Hanuman. Hanuman can easily unshackle them and kill them too, but he has a different plan. So he keeps elongating his tail. His tail was already long because he made a big throne. He makes it longer and longer and longer and longer. Now it's like 1 mile long. And the 1 mile long tail ku vande Ravana's army is constantly tying clothes and the ellam thuniya vechu they are wrapping it. They are dousing it with oil all along. And then in the mari Hanuman is going to be punished அப்படிங்கிற நியூஸ் வந்து சீதைக்கு அசோகவனம்ல some Rakshasi goes and tells. And you know what Ravana is going to do? He's going to punish him by burning his tail. அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. Sita, for all these 10 months, she's never invoked any of her powers to save herself. She immediately prays to Agni Bhagavan. Agni Bhagavan pray panni, if I am a devout wife to Rama, if I've been truthful to Rama all my life, then Agni Bhagavan, you should not affect Hanuman. அவங்க தீ வச்ச உடனே வந்து ஹனுமாருடைய வால் ஜில்னு இருக்கணும். இட் மஸ்ட் பி லைக் a very nice experience Hanuman, not burning sensation by any means அப்படின்னு அக்னி பகவானை வந்து வேண்டிக்கிறாங்க. அதே மாதிரி அக்னி பகவான் also grants that wish. Agni and Vayu are always friends. So once the tail has been lit with fire, Agni and Vayu start with great force. There is a huge wind that shows up in Lanka. What happens when there is fire and wind? The fire can easily fall onto other structures and it will catch up. Ravana உடைய ஆர்மியும் வந்து என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா, after they lit fire on Hanuman, they took him around the entire city to show to the people that in this case Hanuman has been captured and Ravana has punished him. அப்படின்னு ஊர் ஃபுல்லா காட்டணும் அப்படின்னு வந்து Hanumana, they took him around all over Lanka. So Hanumana has now seen Lanka. Once he's seen Lanka, as much as he would want to go back and report to Rama and Sugriva, he says, now is the time. அப்படின்னு வந்து he jumps up on every house, on every palace, on every structure there is. Most of Lanka was built on teak wood, on a very, very, very high quality of wood. அந்த வுட்ல போய் ஃபயர் பட்ட உடனே ஒவ்வொரு ஹவுஸும், ஒவ்வொரு பேலஸும், ஒவ்வொரு பில்டிங்கும் ஃபயர்ல எரியுது. அனுமான், after putting all this fire, he's afraid. He is like, what would have happened to Sita? Maybe I did a mistake. I shouldn't have put fire when Sita is there in Lanka. அப்படின்னு வந்து he immediately douses his fire in the ocean, jumps back to Ashokavanam, and he sees Sita safe under the tree. So nothing happened around Ashokavanam as a result of the fire. He goes there. He gets the blessings of Sita. Sita says, you've accomplished your task like no one else can accomplish. Now you fly back to Lanka. You fly back to Lanka and you tell my Rama exactly how I feel. Rama doesn't have too much time. He has to come immediately. And the solliru அப்படிங்கறாங்க. So he prays to Sita Mata, gets his blessings, and he is about to leave. All the Lanka citizens are completely unaware what hit them. Under the rule of Ravana, they've never had anyone else come and attack Lanka. So they don't know what hit them. Their biggest mistake was none of them helped Sita. None of them questioned the mistakes of Ravana. If you question the mistake of Ravana, you will face death, but you will have to do the right thing. You cannot ignore the problem because the problem can affect you, right? You will have to deal with the problem. Lanka citizens did not do that, and so even they are facing the punishment. So Hanuman effectively handed the first ever defeat to Ravana on his plate in Lanka. Once he sets fire on Lanka, he flies back with Sita's Chudamani with a big victory. Okay, with this intro on this particular event, next week in Sundarakandam we will be talking about Chudamani Pradhanam. Chudamani Pradhanam is the event where Hanuman goes and hands over the Chudamani to Rama. It's a very beautiful chapter, a very beautiful sargam. Valmiki goes into detail about Rama, how Rama's feelings act as he held the Chudamani in his hand. So that's a very good one. I don't want to keep a short discourse on that, so I will detail that next week. Two things that we will learn about Hanuman next week is when he has the good message, how quickly and how concisely he conveyed that to allay everyone's fears. Okay, அது ஒன்று கற்றுப்போம். ரெண்டாவது வந்து, after Rama gets the Chudamani, he's going to ask Hanuman, you have done immense help for me, what can I do for you? அப்படிங்கிறப்ப வந்து what Hanuman says is very important. We have to also imbibe what he says. I will save that for next week. Okay. Now, given this, so this particular image is called as Lanka Dahanam சொல்லுவாங்க. It's a monumental event in Ramayana, because this particular event of him leaving Lanka with success is going to set Rama and Lakshmana back on track. சுந்தரகாண்டத்துல இருக்கிற ஒரு ரெண்டு முக்கியமான இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ்னா, ஒன்று சீதா believing that he is Rama's messenger and taking Rama's modram as Rama himself. Second is Hanuman taking Sita's Chudamani back to Rama after inflicting sufficient damage on Lanka. These two are the two main underlying cores of Sundarakandam. We've seen that. Now we will go to the bhajan portion of our class. Any questions, please enter them on chat, and we will address them one by one. Okay. The image that you see here is one of Muruga, right? Murugaukku வந்து என்னென்ன visual cues? First one, the veil. The veil is right here. Okay, that is Muruga's weapon, the weapon that Parvati and Shiva blessed him with when he had to go and fight Surapadman. Last year, when we had met to discuss Kanda Puranam, you all learned about how the veil was presented and what the veil did in the war against Surapadman. So veil. அப்புறம் மயில், peacock. வேலும் மயிலும் முருகனுடைய போட்டோல எப்பயுமே இருக்கும். So when you see the veil and the mile, you're looking at Murugan. Murugan also has two wives, Valli and Devani. So idula he is giving us darshan with veil, mile, Valli and Devani. The song I'm going to introduce to you is called as a Tiruppugal song. Tiruppugal is a series of over 1,500 songs that were written on Muruga by a person called as Arunagiri Nadar. He lived in the 1500s. Tiruppugal is said to be the closest form of communication a devotee can have with Muruga. நம்ம வந்து முருகன்ட்ட பேசணும், முருகன் நம்மகிட்ட பேசணும் அப்படின்னா வந்து the best mode to do that is to sing Murugan Tiruppugal. So I'm going to introduce this song. It's a very easy song. This song is also like a Mangalam song. They normally sing this song at the end of a puja when they do Arati. Okay, let's start with this. I will repeat line by line. நீங்களும் என்னோட சேர்த்து repeat பண்ணுங்க. First stanza மட்டும் we will spend some time and then we will go quickly. நாத விந்து கலாதி நமோ நம, நாத விந்து கலாதி நமோ நம, வேத மந்திர ஸ்வரூபா நமோ நம, வேத மந்திர ஸ்வரூபா நமோ நம, ஞான பண்டித சாமி நமோ நம, ஞான பண்டித சாமி நமோ நம, வெகு கோடி வெகு கோடி. இதுல வந்து the one thing that I will want you all to understand is the last line has only one word, vehu kodi, right? You have to keep the same thalam. So how many ever beats you took for the first line, for second line, for third line, the same number of beats have to be preserved for the last word also. Okay, now repeat panunga. I want you to all, I'm seeing you all, but I want you to all to repeat and sing along with me. Nada Bindu Kaladi Namo Nama. Nada Bindu Kaladi Namo Nama. Veda Mantra Swarupa Namo Nama. Veda Mantra Swarupa Namo Nama. Jnana Pandita Sami Namo Nama. ஞான பண்டித சாமி நமோ நம. வெகு கோடி வெகு கோடி நாம சம்பு குமாரா நமோ நம. நாம சம்பு குமாரா நமோ நம. போக அந்தரி பாலா நமோ நம. போக அந்தரி பாலா நமோ நம. நாகபந்த மயூரா நமோ நம. நாகபந்த மயூரா நமோ நம. பரசூரா பரசூரா சேத தண்ட வினோதா நமோ நம. சேத தண்ட வினோதா நமோ நம. கீத கின்கினி பாதா நமோ நம. கீத கின்கினி பாதா நமோ நம. தீர சம்பிரம வீரா நமோ நம. தீர சம்பிரம வீரா நமோ நம. கிரிராஜ கிரிராஜ दीपमंगल ज्योति नमो नमो. दीपमंगल ज्योति नमो नम. तूय अंबल लीला नमो नम. तूय अंबल लीला नमो नम. देव कुंजरी बागा नमो नम. தேவ குஞ்சரி பாஹா நமோ நம. அருள் தாராய் அருள் தாராய். ஈதலும் பல கோலால பூஜையும். ஈதலும் பல கோலால பூஜையும். ஓதலும் குண ஆச்சார நீதியும். ஓதலும் குண ஆச்சார நீதியும். ஈரமும் குரு சீர்பாத சேவையும். ஈரமும் குரு சீர்பாத சேவையும். மறவாத மறவாத ஏழ்தளம் புகழ் காவேரியாழ் விளை. ஏழ்தளம் புகழ் காவேரியால் விளை. சோழ மண்டல மீதே மனோகர. சோழ மண்டல மீதே மனோகர. ராஜகம்பீர நாடாளு நாயக. ராஜகம்பீர நாடாளு நாயக. வயலூரா வயலூரா. ஆதரம் பயில் ஆரூரர் தோழமை. ஆதரம் பயில் ஆரூரர் தோழமை. சேர்தல் கொண்டவரோடே முனாளினில். சேர்தல் கொண்டவரோடே முனாளினில். ஆடல் வெம்பெரி மீதேரி மாகையி. ஆடல் வெம்பரி மீதேரி மாகயி லயிலேகி லயிலேகி ஆதி அந்த உலாசு பாடிய ஆதி அந்த உலாசு பாடிய சேரர் கொங்குவை காவூர் நடாடலில் சேரர் கொங்குவை காவூர் நடாடலில் ஆவினன் குடி வாழ்வான தேவர்கள் ஆவினன் குடி வாழ்வான தேவர்கள் பெருமாளே பெருமாளே தீபமங்கள ஜோதி நமோ நம தூய அம்பல லீலா நமோ நம தேவ குஞ்சரி பாஹா நமோ நம அருள் தாராய் தீபமங்கள ஜோதி நமோ நம தூய அம்பல லீலா நமோ நம தேவ குஞ்சரி பாகா நமோ நம அருள் தாராய் அருள் தாராய். Okay, so this is a song on Murugan. Again, all Tiruppugal songs have 8 lines. Once we complete the 8 lines, we will go back to the 4th line and sing the 4th line again. So that's why I included the 4th line at the end. So this song is very, very easy song. It may look long, but once you practice, it's a very easy song. It's a very popular Murugan Tiruppugal. If you sing this in a group setting, people will be able to join with you immediately. So there will be a lot of good positive energy in the hall. Okay, so now I'm going to show you pictures from Ramayana. I'll be going chapter by chapter, every kandam. Okay, the question I'm going to ask you at the end of it is why Sundarakandam was named as Sundarakandam. Okay, we've discussed a lot about why Sundarakandam was important, how influential the events which happened in this kandam were in bringing Ramayana back on track. Adiyellam paathunom. But why was it named Sundarakandam? Sundara means beautiful. Why was it named Sundarakandam? Abdingiradhukku vandu this slide deck will help. Okay, first we will begin with Balakandam. I'll be going very quickly, and these images here will be part of your homework. I'll be asking questions from the images only, so watch the images keenly. Okay, Balakandamla first Dasaratha performed the Putra Kameshti Yagam because he wanted to have children. Appo from Agni, a god gave Agni Bhagavan came out and gave him payasam. Once his wives had the payasam, Dasaratha was blessed with 4 sons: Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. Parallel vandu at Janakpur, when King Janak was plowing a field, he finds Sita from under the ground. Sita is born. Sita is the daughter of Bhuma Devi, but since Janak found him, from then she is called as Janaki. Okay, Janakuடைய daughter Janaki, and she was born in Mithilai, so she's called as Maithili. She is part of the kingdom called as Videha kingdom. Videha, so she is called Vaidehi. Janaki, Maithili and Vaidehi. In the peruடைய meaning சொல்லிட்டேன் இப்போ உங்களுக்கு. Okay, now Rama and Lakshmana are growing up. ஒரு நாள் வந்து sage Vishwamitra comes to the palace of Dasaratha and says, I need the help of Rama, please send Rama. Udanne Lakshmana also says, no, even I will come with Anna. I will not let Anna go alone. Abdintarran. Dasaratha says, Vishwamitrare, boys are very young. Whatever help you need, I will come myself. Vishwamitra gets angry and he says, no, I only want Rama and Lakshmana. I don't want you. So out of respect for the Rishi, Dasaratha sends Rama and Lakshmana. Once Rama and Lakshmana are in the forest, Rama kills the demon called as Tadaka, who was not allowing the rishis and munis to do their yagams. She was eating rishis and munis. So Vishwamitra called Rama mainly to take care of Tadaka. So Tadaka is killed. Next, Vishwamitra takes him through a path. And the path irunda ஒரு கல் மேல ராமருடைய கால் பட்ட உடனே the stone turned into Ahalya. A curse that a lady had many years ago, that she'll become stone, is now relieved because Rama's foot fell on the stone. இந்த இன்சிடென்ட்க்கு அப்புறம் தான் வந்து Vishwamitra, out of divine love and divine happiness, said, Rama, un kaivannam andru kandeen. So to be precise, he had said, kaivannam andru kandeen, kaalvannam indru kandeen அப்படிங்கிறாரு. உன்னுடைய புஜங்கள், உன்னுடைய ஷோல்டர்ஸ், உன்னுடைய ஆர்ச்சரி, the way you can use the bow and arrow, உன் கை வண்ணம், I saw that on the day when you killed Tadaka. கால் வண்ணம் இன்று கண்டேன், உன்னுடைய பாதம் பட்டா கல்லு கூட வந்து பொண்ணா மாறிடுதே அப்படின்னு வந்து விஸ்வாமித்ரர் praised Rama. கை வண்ணம் அன்று கண்டேன், கால் வண்ணம் இன்று கண்டேன் happened in Balakandam. Then Vishwamitra takes Rama specifically to the palace of Janakpur, knowing that Sita's Swayamvaram is happening there. There we have seen the image before. Rama breaks the Shiva's bow, and then Rama and Sita get married. Vishwamitra has a lot of prior history with the lineage of Surya Vamsam. Our vandu some many generations ago, Rama உடைய ஒரு great ancestor ஹரிஷ்சந்திரனை போட்டு படுத்திடுவார். அதுக்கு வந்து பிராயச்சித்தமா தான் வந்து he will come and help Rama. He will teach Rama whatever he knows, and he will also get Rama married to Sita. அந்த ஹரிஷ்சந்திரன் கதையில வந்து he separated the husband and wife. To compensate for it, he comes and he makes sure that Rama marries Sita. So சூரிய வம்சத்துக்கு அவர் பண்ணதை அவரே நிவர்த்தி பண்ணுங்கிறதுக்காக வந்திருக்காரு. That's a different storyline. So that's a side track. So we leave that. So Balakandam starts with the Putra Kameshti Yagam, and sort of Rama Sita Kalyanam is the finish of Balakandam. Next, Ayodhya Kandam. Inge vandu Dasaratha wants to make Rama king, so he announces to the world that Rama Pattabhishekam is going to happen. Ayodhya is very happy. Ayodhya is extremely happy. It's all decorated. But once this news goes out, Mantarai is the lady who always helps Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi is one of the queens. She poisons Kaikeyi's mind. If Rama becomes the king, he will attack you, he will attack Bharata, he will attack your father's kingdom. Appadina one, Kaikeyi becomes very confused. Mantarai reminds Kaikeyi that she has 2 boons. They decide that one boon shall be Rama will leave to the forest for 14 years. Second boon will be Dasaratha will have to make Bharata as the king. So next image, we see that particular thing happening. Kaikeyi and Mantarai are watching from the right. King Dasaratha is very unhappy. Rama has been asked to leave the forest. Upon hearing all this, Vashishta is the Kula Guru. He is the guru for the entire Vamsam. He's been there for all the ages. He is so upset that the most capable person in this Vamsam is being sent to the forest. Abin, he is very angry. He is cursing Kaikeyi. Rama decides to leave. Sita and Lakshmana insist that they will have to come. So they also join him. They are leaving. Appa they have to cross Ganga. Appadan vandu Guhan or boatman. He does seva for Rama. He tells Rama, Ramare, ungaluடைய பாதம் பட்ட உடனே வந்து ஒரு கல்லும் வந்து பொண்ணா மாறிடுச்சு. Even a stone turned into a lady. What will happen if you put your feet on my boat and the boat also becomes a lady? I will lose my whole livelihood. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சிரிச்சுக்கிட்டே வந்து he washes Rama's feet. His intention was to wash Rama's feet. He washed Rama's feet. Rama knew the intention. Rama was so happy with what Guhan said. He accepted Guhan as his brother. That's the Guhan incident. Also happened in Ayodhya Kandam. Once Rama and Sita are just entering the forest, Bharata comes rushing. Bharata was not in Ayodhya when all the events happened. He was at his grandfather's place. When he's back in Ayodhya, he learns all of what happened. He's so upset that his brother left because of him. He comes and he falls at Rama's feet. Rama says, Illa, I have to follow what my mom and dad have said, so I will be in the forest. Bharata requests Rama for his padukai, his slippers. He takes the slippers back, does Paduka Pattabhishekam, and he prays to Rama and Sita yearning for the return. So this finishes Ayodhya Kandam. Next, Aranya Kandam. Aranya Kandamla வந்து the positive thing about Aranya Kandam is this is where Rama, Sita and Lakshmana met lots of rishis, lots of munivargal who were living there alone, living there with their families. They learned so much about life when they were in the forest. They learned the realities about life when they were in the forest through the rishis and their families. They lived a simple life. They were living in Chitrakoot for some time. Then they moved to Panchavati. Panchavatiயில் இருக்கிறப்போ வந்து Ravana's sister, who is a Rakshasi, sees Rama. She is flying through the sky and she sees a very handsome man. She wants to marry him. She takes the form of a lady, comes down and tells Rama, "Hey Rama, I want to marry you." Rama says, "I am an Ekapatni Vradan. I have married Sita. I will not look at any other women as my wife." Sorry, interranga, but she is very insistent. She says a lot of ill words on Sita. She tries to attack Sita. Appa Lakshmana gets very angry and chops her nose. That's the event that led to the place called as Nashik. Innikku vandu there is a place called Nashik. Nose cut பண்ணதுனால அந்த இடம் பேரு Nashik. Okay, now she goes back to Ravana and she complains to Ravana about Rama and Sita and Lakshmana. Ravana asks her, "What did you do? If a human can attack you, what did you do?" அப்படின்னு நியாயமா கேட்கிறான். உடனே சூர்பனகை வந்து ராவணனை இப்படி சொல்லி நம்ம வந்து பண்ண முடியாதுன்னு வந்து she begins to talk about Sita's beauty. Sita is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Anyone who has Sita as his wife is the luckiest person. உடனே அந்த கோமா இருந்த ராவணனுக்கு வந்து இப்போ வந்து லஸ்ட் வந்துடுது. Now he wants to see Sita. So he stops about Rama and Lakshmana and the nose cutting event and he says, "Tell me more about Sita." Odane they plan out an event whereby Ravana's uncle Marichan will come as a deer and distract Rama and Lakshmana. And then once that happens, Ravana comes there as the rishi, asks for food. Sita is afraid, she can't leave the house, but the rishi insists she has to step out of the house to give him food. Once she does that, Ravana shows his real form and flies away in his Pushpaka Viman with Sita. Appa Jatayu, the vulture, comes and tries to save Sita. Ravana chops off its wing, it falls down, it's badly injured. Rama comes back after killing Marichan. He's very upset that Lakshmana did not take his instructions. He's in big despair. When they are looking for Sita, they find Jatayu. Jatayu tells them Ravana took Sita. If Jatayu had not told that, they would never have known who was it who inflicted the pain on Sita. So Jatayu பார்த்தது ஒரு முக்கியமான instance. Rama blesses Jatayu. Jatayu gets moksham. So this bird in Rama's hand was a deva. He gets moksham. He becomes a deva now. Now, when Rama and Lakshmana are further going into the deep woods to go and find Sita, they are attacked by a demon called as Kabanda. And the incident, Rama and Lakshmana kill Kabanda. And next, they meet an old lady living in the forest. Her name is Shabari. She knows Rama is Vishnu. Our mind, Rama, God and தெரிஞ்சிருது. So she wants to feed them. When she wants to feed them, she tells, "I will go bring some fruits, but I want to give you the best fruits, not the bad fruits." னு வந்து ஒவ்வொரு ஃப்ரூட்டையும் கடிச்சு பார்த்துட்டு டேஸ்ட் நல்லா இருந்ததுன்னா she will give to Rama. Lakshmana is so angry that she is giving Rama half bitten எச்சில் விழுந்த ஃபுட்டை கொடுக்குறாங்க. லக்ஷ்மணா கோவம் வருது. அப்போ Rama says, "No, what she is doing is out of divine love. I will take this as the prasadam." அப்படின்னு வந்து he is so happily taking the fruits from Shabari. This is the incident that leads to Shabari Moksham. Shabari also gets Moksham upon seeing Rama. And Shabari played the very important role of directing Rama to Sugriva. When Rama says, "I've lost my wife," he is now she is she's possibly in Ravana's kingdom, but to go there, I need an army. அப்படின்னப்ப வந்து it was Shabari who said, "Kishkindaila Sugrivan irkar. Nallavar. Sugrivan is a very good man. He has a big army. Go and see him." அப்படின்னு. So with this Shabari Moksham, Aranyakandam comes to an end. Next, Kishkinda Kandam. Kishkinda is a city. City outskirts, as Rama and Lakshmana are coming, word goes to Kishkinda that two human beings are coming towards their kingdom. Odane Hanuman wants to know who it is. So he comes in the form of a Brahmin and talks to them one-on-one. But the minute Hanuman sees Rama, he knows Rama was that divine image who came in his mind all along. Abdine, he immediately becomes the Rama Bhaktan, the Rama devotee, and falls at Rama's feet, showing his true form. Then he takes Rama and Lakshmana to Sugriva. Rama explains his problem. Sugriva wants to help. Sugriva explained his problem. Sugriva says, I want to help, but now I have no army. Vali took away the kingdom. Vali has banished me. Please help me. Appadina odana, he also says, Vali took away my wife. Appadina odana, Rama says, Vali has to be punished. There is no Samadana Beda, only Dandam for Vali. So they bring Vali into a fight with Sugriva, one-on-one. Vali has the boon that anyone who fights him in front will lose their powers to him. So Rama hid from behind a tree and took over Vali. He shoots an arrow at Vali. Vali is killed. Vali takes it as a blessing because he was killed by Vishnu, by Rama. So this incident is basically the incident that leads to Sugriva Pattabhishekam. Once Sugriva becomes king, Sugriva sends army all over looking for Sita. Rama gives the Modaram to Hanuman. So this is one more incident which happened in Kishkida Kandam. Next, all the images we've seen, we've begun to discuss from Sundara Kandam. So I'll go slightly faster. The Vanaras who were sent south, where they look all over, they come to the coast, only seas in front of them. They don't know where Sita is anymore. Appo vandu a vulture who is the brother of Jatayu, his name is Sampati. He says, I saw Ravana's Pushpak Viman take a lady this direction. I think I saw Sita, Abdintaram. So now they have a direction. So Sampati pesadu. This bear here is Jambavan and all the other monkeys. That's when Jambavan reminds Hanuman of his childhood days, how Hanuman tried to approach the sun, and Indra, who rides on his white elephant, comes and hits Hanuman with his Vajrayudham. So on the incident Kaprana, when the Hanuman falls down, his cheek is disfigured. So he is called Hanuman. Hanu means cheek, Man means disfigured. He gets the name Hanuman. He still is fainted. Apadam, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva and Vayu come and bless him with everything. Hanuman gets the powers. Now Hanuman knows what he's capable of. Now Sundarakandam, you know the story very, very well, like the back of your hand. Hanuman flies across Lanka, across sea, goes to Lanka. He meets Sita, gives Rama's ring. Then he goes and sees Ravana attacking Ravana's soldiers. Ravana is infuriated. He lights up Lanka with fire and leaves to go and see Rama. Rama Pata, he gives back Rama's Chudamani. Rama is all pumped. He needs to go across the ocean. Right when he is ready to go across the ocean, Vibhishana comes from Ravana's camp. Vibhishana says, I am Ravana's brother. Ravana has done a lot of mistakes. I want to correct it. I'm going to help you. Abdingranga. Many of them in Rama's camp are very skeptical if Vibhishana really wants to help. But then Rama accepts Vibhishana's help, and then Vibhishana and Rama bonding starts at Yuddhakandam. Then the entire Vanara army is building a bridge with stones which can float on the ocean. With the help of Vanaras and Samudra god, they build the bridge. That bridge is still visible from satellites. The land you see on the left is India. This is Tamil Nadu. That is the tip of Rameshwaram. From there, they built the bridge. It's still visible today. That leads you towards Sri Lanka. Then Rama kills Ravana and he will reunite with Sita. Then Rama, Sita, Hanuman, Lakshmana, Sugriva, everyone fly back in Pushpaka Vimanam to Ayodhya, and Rama Pattabhishekam happens. Okay. Now I've given you a pictorial overview of Ramayana. Now to the question. Why the name Sundarakandam? Okay. Ipo Balakandam describes the childhood days of Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, Bharata, Shatrughna. So it's the days when they were a child. So Balakandam. Ayodhya Kandam, stories which happened in Ayodhya. So it's called Ayodhya Kandam. Aranya Kandam, all the events which happened in the forest, Aranyam. So Aranya Kandam, it happened at Dandakaranya. So Aranya Kandam. Kishkinda Kandam. Kishkinda Kandam, all the events which happened in Kishkinda. So Kishkinda Kandam. I'll pause on Sundara Kandam. I'll step ahead next. Yuddha Kandam. Yuddha Kandam comprised of the war for the most part. Pattabhishekam was a very, very, very short chapter. War was the most part. So Yuddha Kandam. Now, why did Valmiki named this chapter Sundarakandam. This, all the events happened in Lanka. He could have named it as Lanka Kandam, but he didn't name it as Lanka Kandam. Inge mattum he said Sundara Kandam. Sundara means beautiful. Idhukku Valmiki himself gives an explanation. Sundare Sundaro Rama, Sundare Sundari Katha, Sundare Sundari Sita, Sundare Sundaram Vanam, Sundare Sundara Kavyam, Sundare Sundari Sundara Kapi, Sundare Sundara Mantram, Sundare Kim Na Sundaram. அப்படின்னு வந்து அவரே வந்து ஒரு டிஸ்கோர்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாரு. இதோடைய மீனிங் என்னன்னா, this chapter talks in detail about the beauty of Rama. Not beauty na வந்து I don't mean his physical appearance. How pure soul he was. How a completely he's called Purushottaman for a reason. Purushottaman and Purusha Uttaman. He's the best among men. அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ராமர் உடைய நேச்சரை சொன்னது. அந்த ராமாயணம் படிக்கிறப்ப ராமாயணம் பத்தி when Hanuman talks about Rama to Sita, he describes Rama visually. Sita tells her impressions of Rama. It was in this chapter that people talked about Rama and his qualities. Sita, who missed Rama, talked about what Rama is, what Rama can do அப்படின்னு ராமரை பத்தி சொன்னது. ராமருடைய accomplishmentsலயே வந்து the one thing that is said to stand out is when he was in despair, when he needed to find Sita, he could have very easily asked Vali for help, but he asked Sugriva for help. Vali was so much more powerful than Sugriva. Vali kupnangana the war is very easy, but he didn't go to Vali, rather he went to Sugriva, because Sugriva was the person along dharma. So Sundara Rama, Sundari Sita. Sita was not only pretty, not only about her beauty. Sita was such a pure soul. She was a devout wife. Not once she showed any weakness to Ravana. So avaluடைய கதையும் சொன்னது. So Sundari Sita. Next, Sundara Katha. The story itself is beautiful. Sundara Vanam. Ashoka Vanam was so beautiful. Sundara Kapi. Kapiங்கிறது வந்து monkey. Hanuman had a name called as Sundara. One of his names was Sundara. So Hanuman had a name called Sundara. Plus Hanuman's qualities, never flinching against any obstacle. He taught us how to beat the 4 obstacles. He taught us you have to control the 5 senses to achieve your mission. He taught us how to do a conversation. சீதாவோட பேசுறப்ப எப்படி பேசணும், ராவணனோட பேசுறப்ப எப்படி பேசணும். நம்மளுடைய மனசு வந்து ரொம்ப அஃபெக்டடா இருக்கிறப்ப வந்து ராமநாமம் சொன்னா போறோம், ராமாயணம் கேட்டா போதும் அப்படின்னு நமக்கு சொன்னது. அவருடைய மிஷன் சீக்கிரம் முடிஞ்சிருச்சு. It was over very soon, but he wanted to further his findings. He didn't want to leave immediately. So maximizing the potential. So that monkey, that Hanuman taught us so much through Sundarakandam. So he's called Sundara. Sundarakandam has many divine mantrams. If you read Sundarakandam, those mantrams are supposed to benefit you. So Sundara mantram. If all of this is not Sundaram, what is Sundaram? அப்படின்னு சுந்தரே கிம் ந சுந்தரம் முடிக்கிறார். So that is why this kandam was called as Sundara Kandam. Okay. Next week we will talk about Chudamani Pradhanam, which is Hanuman meeting Rama and giving Sita's Chudamani. Next, Ramar Pattabhishekam.